to start again now by welcoming you all and to thank you for coming to the most important day of Mike and Vicky's life so far. Some of you have travelled a long way to be here today to join your family and friends in making Mike and Vicky's wedding day complete. Your efforts are truly appreciated. For the avoidance of doubt, my name is Rob and this is my lovely wife Julie. We're the proud parents of Vicky. Despite her sister Kirsty lovingly telling her from time to time that she was adopted. We are in fact her parents. This is Keith and this is his lovely wife Sue. They have the dubious honour of being Mike's parents. I'm sure you all agree that Vicky looks beautiful today. I'm hoping this will help her heal one of her less happy childhood memories. I am of course referring to the fancy dress party. The clue in the title, Fancy Dress, was wasted on Julie, whose eyes lit up and her head was filled with the many costumes made for her and her brother by her own dear mother. Julie seemed unaware of the passage of time, that whilst in her day it might have been seen as cute or even creative that she and her brother were paraded around the Butlins fancy dress party, dressed as Pinky and Perky, with toilet roll tubes for snouts. All over their brother, that might have been gilding the lily. And curly tails made out of God knows what. Things had moved on. In true Blue Peter tradition, out came the crepe paper, card and sticky back plastic, and Julie started creating her masterpiece. Now Vicky, who at 7 or 8 years old was pretty streetwise when it came to girls' fancy dress parties, and had a good idea of the sort of things her friends were likely to be wearing, the outfit unfolding before her eyes wasn't one of them. One of Vicky's many qualities is she won't knowingly hurt people's feelings, particularly her mother's. So rather than say, I'm not wearing that, she hinted that perhaps this wasn't what the other people would be wearing. Precisely, said Julie proudly, and Vicky knew her fate was sealed. We took her to the party where she was ushered inside and immediately surrounded by her friends, all dressed as Vicky suspected, in flowing shiny dresses as Cinderella, Belle, Ariel, etc., and now staring open-mouthed at Vicky in orange and yellow crepe paper, dressed as a chicken. Most kids would have fled from the embarrassing scene in tears and probably spent some time in therapy. But Vicky just brazened it out as is her style and made the best of it. Vicky has always known her own mind and is passionate and committed about anything she believes in. So when at 18 she decided she was going to Australia for a year, we knew that despite her concerns it would be pointless and selfish to try and talk her out of it. Needless to say, she found a whole new world of challenges, excitement and adventure, and was well and truly bitten by the travel bug. After a brief stay at home while she found her first leisure industry job abroad, she was off, doing summer seasons, coming home for a couple of months, and then doing a winter season for the next 7 years. She worked in France, Corsica, Italy, some of the Greek islands, Austria, and many other places. During this time, she learned to water ski, windsurfing, skiing, wakeboarding, snowboarding, speedboat driving, and working as an instructor in some of these skills. Our passion for all sport-related activities is just one of our many shared interests. Apart from being isolated from her during her travels, I actually never felt closer, due to the quite regular phone calls home when, if I could beat Julie to the phone, we would talk about anything and everything that was bothering her. Neither of my daughters took my advice when choosing husbands. I told them years ago to marry tradesmen, mechanic, plumber, builder, selfishly looking forward to free services in my twilight years. However, they both decided to marry for love. And to office workers. So instead of years of skilled labour and technical advice, I should get free staples. You've just heard the fond memories from a proud, loving father of his seemingly faultless daughter. However, should anyone be interested in the Jeremy Kyle moments of her adult life, they should speak to her bridesmaids, Kirsty and Hannah, and her cousin Ali, who have constantly conspired to bring my little girl down to their own low standards. to the other member of this happy union, we have dear Mike. What more could I ask for in a son-in-law, other than perhaps he was called registered? He keeps Vicki happy, he scrubs up quite well for social occasions, and makes a good impression on everyone he meets. There's also a soothing calmness about him. He will tell you that your tea is ready, or that your house is on fire, in the same calm, measured tone. Whilst he always seems in control of most situations, there is definitely a Frank Spencer type of behaviour that he also shows from time to time. The first time he stayed overnight with Vicki at our house should have been one of those blend into the background, low profile, don't upset the family situations. It started well. A few drinks, a nice relaxed evening, and then we all said our goodnights and went to bed. Mike got up in the early hours to answer a call of nature, thankfully pausing to take a dressing gown from behind the door. On his return, he somehow missed Vicky's room and entered my son Paul's room. Mike's eyes blearily focused on the 6'3" frame of my online game playing son, and quite astutely for Mike thought, that's not Vicki. Paul turned, and his eyes came to rest on a man he had barely met, standing in his bedroom at 3 a.m, wearing a lady's pink dressing gown and an awkward smile. No words were spoken. Mike silently melted back into the shadows. The next time Mike stayed, I made it a little easier for him. Paul's door had a sign on it saying, Baby Bear's room. And mine had one saying, Mummy and Daddy Bear's room. No cold calling. On Mike's second stag night, after his friends had been drinking, I started some subtle interrogation to see if I could get any of them to crack and reveal secrets of a dark and sordid past that Mike would not want us to know about. I wasn't expecting there to be one, but there is. Unfortunately, I can't tell you, because with any luck, some of it will pop up in Andy's feed. If not, I would recommend plying his hockey club friends with a drink and asking them. My daughter Kirsty also has an interesting story about rowing that features Mike. Traditionally at this point I am supposed to impart words of wisdom to Mike and Vicki that will help to sustain a happy, successful marriage. Having been happily married myself for 37 years, I would say that compromise is the advice I would usually give. Julie's been compromising for the last 37 years. However, in Mike and Vicky's case, the answer is, well, the advice is much easier to find. Don't change. They're as different as chalk and cheese, but their different personalities seem to mesh together in perfect harmony. So that's the advice. Don't change yourself, and do not try to change your partner. As we move on to the toast, I willingly admit to a little plagiarism here. I was looking for some inspiration when I saw this little poem. Struck a chord. An ode to reality. To keep your marriage brimming with love in the loving cup. Whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up. Right, now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to propose a toast to the happy couple. Please stand and raise your glasses.
Oh, I don't that one. All right.
Need 3 hands now. Oh.
The last 2 lines.
Wishing you a bright, long and happy future together. Mike and Vicki.
Mike and Vicki.